Hello, I'm Marianne. I'm from Lebanon. I've recently become the audience relations manager of Sat7's Arabic speaking channels. I'm also the presenter of the kids show Allo Marianne that has been launched during the first months of COVID-19, aiming to provide a safe space for children to express their emotions and offer them psychotherapy, and the couple counseling show on Sat7 Arabic along with my husband. I've been working with Sat7 as a presenter for a very long time. I was 10 years old, and as I grew older and had my own live shows, I started hearing people's feedback of how their lives were changing because of our shows and how they were growing closer to God. So I've become so passionate about following up with the viewers who asked us to pray for them, opened up about their personal lives. My husband and I would take their names back home and pray for them. I would also, follow up with them, answer their questions online. And now that I've been appointed the AR manager, I feel it's a very huge blessing and a reward from God to me. I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be on screen, listen to people, be truly in touch with them, and then being able to follow up with them behind the scenes as well. You cannot believe the number of people who get very touched when I send them a voice message praying for them. They get shocked and say, "Is it truly Marianne?" So I think this is making a huge difference in the follow-up process. This shows the viewers that the presenters they love and look up to truly care for them, and this makes them easily open up to us. Yesterday, I talked to an Iraqi lady living in Germany who got married at the age of 15, lost both her parents, and now she's in a broken marriage with the husband cheating on her. She can't take responsibility for her kids because she herself needs healing. And when she knew that it was me talking to her, she got so encouraged, opened up, started crying, and shared her story and agreed to have professional help and assistance. Such stories break my heart, but at the same time, I thank the Lord every time someone opens up to us because I know that God will be using Sat7 to help these people break free and get healing from God. I personally believe that audience relations is at the core of our ministry. It gives us tangible facts of Sat7's influence in the lives of people. For this reason, we must invest wholeheartedly in audience relations, so we would transition from an everyday channel to an authentic, dynamic community, one that truly cares about the people. Follow-up is a journey. It is not merely answering a viewer's questions. Our viewers have certain spiritual needs. That is why they watch our content and follow us, and we must make steps to finding solutions to their problems easy, obvious, and strategic. We want to accompany them in a journey that leads them to the end of the funnel, which is either help them solve their psychological or spiritual problem, pray for them, help connect them to a church or a discipleship group online. So our ultimate goal is hearing testimonies of viewers whose lives were changed by watching Sat7. Why is the need so urgent today more than ever? In today's world, people are so isolated, deprived from any sense of community, which creates all kinds of psychological problems, stress, anxiety, and that is what we have been witnessing in the audience relations department while following up with the viewers. We receive plenty of messages from viewers from all ages who have suicidal thoughts, who fear the future, have no ambitions, are depressed, couples who have broken marriages wanting to get divorced, even parents are confessing that they are abusing their children and they are asking for help. I will be sharing some of the stories in a while. Therefore, I think it's an opportunity, a golden opportunity for Sat7 to step in and develop a special, lively, and personal relationship with our viewers, to counter all the fears spread by our society today with messages of love and hope. We want to offer people a community they long for today more than ever, a community where they feel loved, accepted, heard, free to be themselves, and where they find support and professional counseling and help and hope in Jesus. Moreover, in this online dynamic community, we want to see our audience interact together, not just with us, reflecting together, building friendships, encouraging each other in a world that is promoting and imposing isolation. I will share with you the story of Claude from Lebanon. She called my show Heart to Heart. She shared with us that she lost her son and she was grieving and upset with God, asking him why. Many viewers called to encourage her and pray for her. This made a huge difference in her life. She found a community who supports her and became a very committed viewer to our show, sharing with us her daily struggles. Another viewer last week called our live show Spiritual Evening, and he asked for a prayer request for his friend who was imprisoned in Algeria for sharing the gospel. And all the other viewers watching the episode on Facebook started praying for him along with us and encouraging him. These kinds of bridges and bonds create a genuine online community. What are the core principles in our follow-up procedure? First of all, we must have empathy. We must show our viewers that we feel for them and care about their feelings. Before sharing the word of God and starting to bombard them with, solutions, they must feel our care and love. 2, it's timeliness. We must prove to our audience that we are there for them whenever they need us in a world where, they cannot find someone and at any time, or isolation is the new norm. People long for someone who is available to listen for them. 3, authenticity. We must be real, show our audience that they are not talking to a company but to another human being who have been through similar experiences. They understand what they're going through and sympathize with them. People can always relate better with someone who has similar experiences. I will share with you the story of a lady who lost her baby and was angry at God. She called us here to heart. Why did she do that? Because I had shared the same experience when I've been through my miscarriage, and she felt that she could relate to me and she could open up with me, and I would understand her. I prayed with her and she cried and felt that God answered a prayer of hers and sent her someone to stand by her. 4, it's friendliness. It is not enough to answer the questions asked, but we must show that we care about our viewers as individuals, love to know more about them, ask them questions about their personal lives, likes, dislikes, which will, make room for further discussion and will eventually lead them to open up and ask for help and prayers. And finally, we will give sound theology and counseling for our viewers. After showing availability, empathy, timeliness, and love, it is time to show the truth, the Word of God, that has the ability to cleanse one's heart, comfort him, and give him hope, and bring about real change in his life. And in the case of Academy, we would be offering the solutions to their problems, whether they're through educational support, therapeutic help, or advice. 2 weeks ago, a mom called the coach on Academy channel, Academy Brand on Facebook, and she told us that she used to verbally abuse her son and not listen to him. But because of watching the show and because Ihab, the coach, the life coach, followed up with her, now she's changed and she's a good listener. She knows how to take care of her child, and she's inviting all her neighbors to watch the show because they believe that this woman truly changed and they want to change as well. Who is our team? The AR department includes 7 faithful, dedicated, and loving ladies in Lebanon and Egypt, most of which have been working in Sat7 for a long time now. You can see now my beautiful team. And in order to be well equipped to the follow-up work, we have been having a series of training to acquire sound counseling and follow-up skills, enhance our knowledge in theology, trainings offered by MII, Campus Crusade, psychologists, family counselors. We also developed guidelines with the core principles of follow-up and the policies to ensure that Sat7's online outreach is both effective and consistent with the organization's image to create a really authentic and human personality for Sat7. However, it was a challenge to be able to follow up with a huge amount of messages we would be receiving with the new social media strategy. We have 8 different pages on Facebook, aside from the Instagram accounts, the YouTube channels, the live shows with all the WhatsApp messages, emails, website messages, and the very, in-depth follow-up with the viewers. To achieve all that, we needed a big team, and with a limited budget, we couldn't afford, having a big team with the experts, counselors, and theologians. And I just, placed this need in God's hands, and I said, God, this is your work, and I know that you will take care of it. And I was surprised with all the people he brought my way. People started getting on board as volunteers, professional counselors, life coaches, family counselors from the family ministry in Jordan, theologians from the follow-up ministry in Egypt, volunteers from the Church of Algeria, Church of Dubai, and churches in Lebanon. People who have the same heart and vision. They were so enthusiastic to join the team as volunteers because they too had witnessed Sat7's impact in the lives of people around them. They believed in our mission. I will share with you the story of Maya and Mark from Algeria. They're non-Christian. They come from a non-Christian background, and they started watching our shows. They sent us weekly messages. They just love to share about their marriage and how they felt encouraged by our shows. I kept on asking about her, but then they disappeared for a while. When I checked up on her, she said that now, after they moved to a new place, they had no church anymore. Her husband started to abuse her and to listen to his mom's advice to get divorced because his wife wasn't able to have children. I prayed with her and I encouraged her to have like special counseling with the family counselors. She accepted, and a few weeks later she reconciled with her husband, and now they agreed to both have counseling sessions with the counselors. We will be having constant meetings with the whole AR team and volunteers to assess the workflow and mostly to pray for our viewers. I must tell you that all the volunteers had, special training to know about the principles of follow-up in Set 7, the policies of Set 7 and follow-up, so that you may all be on the same wave and we have the same, we present the same image for Set 7. The next goal would be to have build a wide network of partner churches and organizations from different denominations to whom we can connect our committed viewers for discipleship. We will not take our viewers on a journey to nowhere. We need to accompany them from an online to an offline experience and make sure they are well surrounded by a church who will tend to their spiritual needs, disciple them, and surround them with a community of believers. We would have a common report to be filled often by the churches to inform us about the state of the viewers who joined their churches, whether they joined home groups, shared their testimonies, got baptized. I will share with you the story of Marianne. She is a Syrian lady from a non-Christian background. She contacted us once asking questions about Christianity. She loved watching kids' show, seeing how they interact with each other lovingly. I followed up with her, asked about her. Then she asked about how she can have a Bible, and she wished to have a Bible to learn about Jesus so she could teach her baby. She was pregnant at that time. She said, "I'm now pregnant with a baby girl. My dream is that from childhood she would know how beautiful and big God is. I want her to know that amazing God who gave her to me. I saw these beautiful values in you on Set 7, how you love each other, how you pray for each other. This channel was a door of light to me. Seeing how kids talk, I haven't seen this in my community." And since we were unable to send any gifts to Syria because of the conflict there, I contacted a partner church in Syria, and today she finally was able to visit the church for a first time. She finally took a Bible as a present. She was so happy, and she wrote me, "Marianne, I want you to congratulate me. I visited the church today for the first time. The pastor welcomed me and offered me these gifts. I want to thank you for everything. May God make you happy as you made me happy and helped me. You are in my heart and mind always. My husband and I always watch your show. I just love watching the show, and please send me some more YouTube links." Moving to the third goal, it is to track, report on, and evaluate the channel's success at being visible and influential online. We have found this year an adequate software to manage all social media platforms, tag and track special elements related to audience management, and to follow up with all the viewers, assign messages for viewers who need special and professional help, to some counselors and coaches, all in one place. It is called Echo, and this will make follow-up more efficient and accurate. Then we have created new AR KPIs, which is a key performance indicator to measure and demonstrate how effectively Set 7 team is achieving the objectives, and it is to guide the AR team in tracking the most important goals to be achieved through the follow-up process. Our main KPIs will be how many viewers received counseling, prayers with the viewers, how many materials online have been sent, how many people requested counseling, how many times have we presented the gospel to a viewer, how many viewers professed their faith, how many viewers joined online discipleship courses or joined churches. 3, we'll be creating a report for the live shows to track the viewers' feedback, their new suggestions, critics, testimonies, in the aim of boosting our production and tailoring future shows according to viewers' needs, likes, and dislikes. For example, we have been receiving lately many messages from moms who were frustrated because of the lockdown. Their kids didn't respond to them. They spent lots of time on social media. Things are out of parents' control, and they are all asking for help. So we know that we should, like tailor our episodes, the topics tackled in our shows according to this need. Then we are going to develop a glossary of our committed fans with their numbers, their emails, their favorite shows to facilitate interviews, surveys, and polls. Finally, we get to the fourth goal, and it is to develop creative ways to interact and motivate our viewers. We are aiming at organizing monthly workshops for our viewers. We will offer workshops for youth, workshops for married couples, and even for kids, offered by our life coaches and counselors over Zoom. Then we will be sending Christian books for women, youth, men to help our viewers grow in their faith. We will also be providing viewers with private tutorial sessions, educational sessions on Academy, some music tutoring sessions for musicians on worship brand, and counseling sessions on other brands. We will also be sending certificates to viewers when watching a certain amount of episodes, notably for the educational programs of Academy. We'll be offering virtual online gifts for kids like coloring pages, activities, Bible stories. And in a world post-COVID, we will be having conferences for youth, conferences for couples, where different counselors would be sharing. We will be having concerts for kids, and this is my prayer and my wish for the years to come. Finally, we will be partnering with the organization who would create online courses on marriage, faith, parenting, and offering them to our viewers for free. Our vision for the AR department this year is to build a supportive online community of believers to empower Christians in the MENA region. I'd like to end with this verse: "We are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us." I believe that the harvest is plentiful, and I know that God is gathering an army of people who are like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and one in mind, to make his joy complete and see more people have hope in Christ.